How can you tell if you are consuming too much sugar? That's a very interesting question, especially when you consider the large number of people who are currently suffering from metabolic problems, significant weight gain, obesity, and even diabetes. It turns out there are numerous signs and symptoms that become apparent in an individual, which you could easily observe if you only knew how to properly identify them. Therefore, in this video, I am going to disclose what the most crucial signs and symptoms are that clearly indicate you are consuming an excessive amount of sugar. And furthermore, how you can effectively make this issue vanish in a completely natural and efficient manner. A warm welcome to all of you. Dr. Agustin Landivar, naturopath and acupuncturist, a conventional doctor, and founder of drlandivar.com. On this channel, as a conventional doctor, I treat my patients through natural medicine, homeopathy, and acupuncture before resorting to pharmaceutical drugs. Therefore, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing and press the little bell down here to receive notifications and be the first to see the new video. If you need an online consultation or quality supplements for your illness, visit drlandivar.com. And stay until the end of the video where you will get tips and videos related to this topic. There are people who don't even realize that the diet they consume daily is already an exaggeration of sugar. For example, they'll have a coffee with sugar in the morning, then they'll have a supposedly healthy fruit in the mid-morning, at midday, a juice or a Coca-Cola, then in the afternoon, a snack with a fruit juice, and at night, finally, a proper dessert, as God intended. Now, it often happens that this accumulation of sugar proves to be an excessive amount, which will cause signs and symptoms, and further down the line, God forbid, a disease like diabetes. Apparently, many times we may think our diet is healthy, but we don't realize that this very diet, which we consider adequate, is already an overabundance of glucose or sugar. So in this video, I'm going to reveal the signs and symptoms that indicate you are consuming too much sugar, and how you can reverse this health problem naturally and effectively. Before we continue, don't forget that on drlandivar.com, there are supplements available for metabolism control. They can prevent any kind of illness. They help you to improve your vision, your fatty liver condition, your blood circulation, and a countless array of health issues that you might very soon have to address. So the best thing to do is prevent them, and make sure that you can get something like metaglucose or metathyroid, or even Apalizer or Definer, which you can easily find at drlandivar.com. That being said, don't forget to like the video, and with that, let's continue. Number 1, fatigue. Apparently, and obviously at first impression, we might think that if we eat too much sugar, we'll normally have a lot of energy. And this isn't entirely true. It's possible that consuming sugar gives us an immediate energy boost right after we consume it, but it turns out that with that peak of glucose in my bloodstream, the body also has to generate a corresponding insulin spike. That is, the hormone that will process and consume that sugar. That high concentration of glucose in the blood will cause me to produce more insulin at the same rate it needs to be used up. And that high level will then cause my energy to drop because there will be an immediate consumption of that sugar, which will then leave me feeling tired throughout the day. It's very important to keep in mind that when I abuse a food, the body has to react aggressively to control the situation. And if you are consuming a greater amount of sugar, then the body will also have to produce a greater amount of insulin, which later, immediately in the very near future, will cause you a fatigue that you don't understand where it comes from. So you should be careful. If you're suffering from tiredness and you don't know its origin, it's possible that your consumption of sugar, bread, carbohydrates, and even cereals is over the top. If you need a quality supplement to specifically improve your metabolic rate, and ensure your body remains stable in its sugar consumption and utilization, then look for Apalizer and Metaglucose from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 2, the anxiety of sweet cravings. Many people often ask themselves why they consume so much, or why they feel such an intense urge to eat sweet things. It turns out that some individuals consume one fruit or another very frequently, and the problem never truly ends. They always want more and more without any apparent restraint. If that's happening to you, bear in mind that it might be the amount of sugar present in the fruit. Even worse if you're consuming a bowl of cereal or a cup of coffee with an excessive amount of glucose. Should that occur, it quickly turns into an addiction. The human body, since it's consuming a significant amount of sugar, causes you to produce a great deal of insulin, which rapidly lowers your blood sugar and then your body continues to crave more and more and more. It's an endless vice that has no end, and it's a vice that if you don't stop it, if you don't gradually remove sugar from your body, then your system won't be able to recover. Keep in mind that fruits also contain sugar. They are healthy, without a doubt, but you really cannot abuse them, because if you're consuming too much glucose, your body will obviously also be consuming too much sugar. If you need a quality supplement that can truly help you feel much better and more stable without experiencing any anxiety throughout your day, then look for Figurizer, which, by the way, will also assist you in losing weight, Apalizer to help regulate your metabolism, and Thistolescence for your liver, specifically for all internal sugar and fat consumption. Number 3, weight gain. Obviously, this is a sign that all of us are quite familiar with. If we are experiencing weight gain, it's very possible that we are consuming an excessive amount of food, and specifically within that category, far too much sugar. What happens is that when I consume more sugar than my body is truly capable of burning off, that sugar spike in my system rises once again. An insulin spike always accompanies this. And insulin, being a fat-forming and mass-building hormone, will inevitably need to be stored somewhere in the body. If you consume more sugar than your body truly needs, then insulin will obviously be forced to store that excess sugar in the form of fat or additional mass somewhere else in your system. You are going to start gaining weight, your belly, your legs, and your cheeks will begin to show. And obviously this problem won't be able to be solved if you don't follow a diet, cut out sugar, get some exercise, and make sure that you remain stable throughout the entire day without an exaggerated need for glucose intake or consumption. If you need a high-quality weight loss supplement that also helps with your glucose levels, your liver health, and your circulation, then search for Figurizer, Metathyroid and Apalizer from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 4, mood swings. There are people that I know, and it's quite common, by the way, for them to get in a bad mood when their blood sugar is very low. Now, interestingly enough, this is the direct result of having consumed far too much sugar previously, where once again the consumption and subsequent absorption of glucose levels soared, insulin then followed suit, and obviously afterwards came that inevitable crash of the body, where it finds itself desperately needing more sugar just to be able to function properly. It's very common for people, especially those who consume too much sugar, to be in a bad mood because they haven't eaten. But if you give them a plate of food, they immediately start to smile and find that life is wonderful. If that's the problem, be careful. Your body might not be reacting well to sugar metabolism. It might not be keeping it stable so you're not in a good mood all day long, something that should necessarily be happening. If you notice you're in a bad mood and need food to function, check your sugar. It's possible that in the future, later on, those spikes you're causing could lead to a metabolic problem, and God forbid, diabetes later on, due to poor daily exercise, a sedentary life you led, and poor control of the sugar and food you were consuming. And don't forget to support the channel by sharing this video with your doctors so they are aware of the topic. If you have any doubts or questions, please leave your comment below and I will gladly answer it. If you need quality supplements for your condition or an online consultation, please visit drlandivar.com. And right here, I suggest another video on the topic where you'll find valuable information that can help prevent a serious illness in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.